necessarily things that I experienced during my NDE, but just thoughts, realizations that I've maybe had since coming back, and just as things are, I don't know, continuing to melt away the old me and open up the new, the me that was probably there all along, but was just hidden under so many layers. Who is that said I'm not even gonna try on this one. My brain is too fried right now. The statue, Michelangelo? Is that it? I'm trying anyways. I know I do it anyways. That it was there all along, just had to chip away at the stone to find the beauty underneath. And I feel like that's me. And you know, just little things, like little tidbits from like Joe Dispenza with quantum and the infinite field, that literally anything is possible. And that's where my mind is just like, it's true. That means that anything is possible, and it really makes us start to question what we've been programmed, our own programming. And so many of us, and I still do, you know, I still have my programming, but I'm trying to be more conscious, more aware, more awake, and just kind of looking at things from a different perspective. And so here's where I'm going with this one, is along the realm of infinite possibility. And so I don't know why this one is just now popping up on my Hulu, but I'm watching Pregnant and Dating. I actually did not watch it while I was pregnant and single. I think it was because I was not meant to date, and the universe was like, oh shoot, if we show her this, she might think that she should be going out dating. And it's not to say that there's, I mean, obviously I support, you know, what a person feels is best for them during any phase in their life, but I didn't really have the desire to date so much when I was pregnant, as we'll just be real and open and vulnerable. I was really horny. The hormones were crazy. It just would have been purely physical. I was doing so much self-work during that time. So much stuff going on that Lily, you know, kind of came in and was like, boop, no more. You're still attracting, you know, relationships that aren't right for you, Mom. I am coming in and I am putting an end to this, and I'm going to make you a hermit, and I'm going to make you not want to be around anybody. Want to stay home and put in the work, and I'm going to make sure that you do have, you know, time to rest, because doing self-work it's a job in itself. It really, really is, in my opinion. It is very time consuming. It is very, in my opinion, draining. There's just so many things to uncover. After my therapy sessions, I would need a nap. I would need extra sleep. I would have dreams of processing through more. And so anyways, as I was saying, I digress per usual. I'm watching the show Pregnant and Dating, and I have friends who are dating, or, you know, my friend Kate and her boyfriend recently broke up, and so been there for supporting her, and, you know, doing things like taking her out to a comedy club, because both of us need some major laughs, and talking to her about we're both due, like, just let's see what an actual, like, good guy is like, you know. And a lot of that comes from me needing to do the self-work to also be very picky and value myself and not settle like I have, and hopefully not get swirled like I have in the past either. So I don't know why the Bumble was popping up, and so I did that one, and I did go out on a date, and it was fun. It was exactly what I needed. I just wanted to go get a burger and a beer and flirt with a cute guy, and it was perfect, exactly what I needed. But I realized, in my opinion, he was still very hung up on his ex, and there was just things that I was noticing with my own patterns, with attracting. I've always attracted people that have always put others first, like over me, even if it was like a really good friend or whatnot. And I get spouses, but it's like, you know, where they also won't spend time and come visit just me, that kind of stuff. And that's something that I really wanted to kind of focus on and reevaluate in some friendships. So I decided, you know, probably still do some work on myself and not be dating. And you know, that was only a couple months ago, and here I am. Like, my friend was like, oh, well, don't do Bumble, you should do Hinge. That one's much more like relationship, if that's what you're looking for. Bumble is more of a hookup. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm so out of it, like, I don't know. And then somebody else mentioned Hinge, and I was like, you know what, just for fun, let's do it. And, you know, even if I don't end up like meeting anybody to go on any dates with, which I hope I do, because I mean, dating's fun. I want to date. I want to give it a try again, and why not? But one of the prompts that I put up there was like something I'm geeking out about or something like that, and it was that, and then you do like a voice prompt, and I said that truth is subjective. And this is the kind of philosophical stuff that I love to have like deep conversations about. I love to get very philosophical and hear other people's opinions and kind of have some witty banter with it, and, you know, play around with it. And so the first person was like, actually, no, truth is objective. He's like, 2 + 2 = 4. There's no arguing that. And I was like, well, I'll definitely agree that we've all agreed upon certain concepts to better navigate this world, but it's only true because somebody hasn't been bold enough to come along and shake things up yet. And so it really got me thinking about this, and the idea that simple things like simple math are concepts that we've all agreed to make true in order to best navigate this world, so that there's not just total chaos, right? Like, we've all agreed that when we see a stop sign, we stop. When we see a red light, we stop. When we see a green light, it means go. Now go to China, and they do not. There are lights that just, why are they even there? There is no method to the madness. When I went as my gift with my ex-husband and his parents for our wedding present, which somebody pointed out, oh, and they went with you? Like, interesting wedding present. And I was like, oh, yeah, see, I hadn't even thought about that one. But honestly, it was kind of good because they did all the planning and, you know, everything, and we just kind of went along for it and didn't really have to put in much effort. So it was kind of nice. It was my first like trip out of the country besides just like Canada and Mexico, to go on the other side of the world, which I'm gonna get to here in a second. So there are certain concepts that we've agreed upon are true, but yes, 2 plus 2 does equal 4 in my reality. The sky is blue in my reality, but the sky isn't blue in everybody's reality, right? When it's light out, colors look different to certain people, and I'm not going to tell them that they're wrong if it looks different to them. In my world, it is blue, plus some brown from living in Arizona with the dust. But, you know, the whole idea of each behind the world is round, the earth is flat, the earth is round, and now the flat earth movement is coming back around again, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, I mean, if they can prove it, yeah, let's do this, let's have some fun with it. Like, you show me how the earth is flat. It doesn't make any sense to me, but it's only because somebody hasn't made me, oh, she is so not happy I'm talking, made me believe that. And then it got me thinking about like gender. And so, you know, 20 years ago, there was really only male or female. There was nothing else that existed as far as gender is concerned. And now, you know, Facebook, the dating app that I went on, they have all sorts of options for gender to select. And that is because people have decided that they don't want to just conform to the norm, that they don't feel like that fits them. So they've created this whole other language of possibilities that they feel better represent them. And so I definitely 100% believe that yes, for now, 2 plus 2 equals 4, because that's what I've been told, that's what I've been programmed, that's my brainwashing, it makes sense to me. But I do 100% believe that somebody could come in and shake things up and flip everything upside down and create something that I can't even imagine yet. And I think that's where I'm going with the whole truth is subjective, is that I do feel like gravity, you know, that one's pretty much a universal truth, but I'm sure there's somebody out there who may eventually come in and shake things up there too, which would be really cool, and somehow disprove it, and prove something completely, like I said, just completely unimaginable at this point, because really our reality, our world is what we can imagine and create with it. So now I'm just kind of curious. I want to hear opinions, right? Oh, and then, you know, so they were saying, no, it's objective. And I was like, well, then objective requires the collection of factual data, which requires an observer to interpret, which then brings in the perspective of there being a subjective aspect behind it. So yeah, I can get pretty out there sometimes, and I think it's a lot of fun. So now I want to hear your guys' thoughts and let me know what you think. And is truth subjective or objective, or something that I haven't even listed yet? I love you guys.